Well, good evening and welcome to the season opener here of the Apex Auto and Glass 410 Sprint Car Series as we kick off live action here on Ultimate Dirt TV from Lernerville Speedway. Of course, we were here last night with the 360 Apex Auto Glass and tinting machines, and tonight we're here with the 410s, Alex Robinson and myself. Going to bring you all the great action here on Ultimate Dirt TV as qualifying underway, and right now, Greg Lemay Jr. with a 12.494 quick time so far here tonight.
As that is quick time as qualifying has wrapped up.
That was quick. Speaking of quick, there we go. There's our quick timer, Greg Lemay Jr., Logan Rumsey, Tyler Schell, and it will be Braden Eiler, Kendall Tucker, Jamie McCarron, your top six qualifiers. It'll be Kiesler, Miller, Williams, Tilly, Araki, Crutch, Preston, Van Hammond, Harris, Berlin, Swoller, and Zeggers, your 18 cars qualifying in. I believe we'll see heat race number one of your Apex Auto Glass 410 Sprint Cars here on the league opener here at Lernerville. We'll see Greg Lemay Jr. driving the 99 for Elbow Up Sim Sport, Greg Lemay from Elbow Up's Sim Sports on the pole, and it'll be Jamie McCarron out of Australia on the 2 machine.
Number 2 on the inside, the 30 of Colby Arkai, and to the outside, OBR Sim Starts, 13 of Aiden Beerline.
Then we will see Joe Kaiser in the 29 and Kevin Fry. They go 5 and 6 on the start.
7th, the 10B from the firm. It's Leon Carver, and then rounding out the field, the 39 from Team Outlaw Motorsports, BJ Duval.
There you go. Of course, Colby Araki had a great run last night with the 360s here at Lernerville. So we'll see what he can do as he puts some extra ponies up under the hood of this Clovis, California FSI Motorsports, FS1 Design, MB2 Raceways. Machine sitting back there, second row to the inside. Great to have you turn in here on Ultimate Dirt TV for Apex Auto Glass and Tinting. 410 season opener from Lernerville, virtual Lernerville, where it's a beautiful evening. Not like there's a blizzard or anything going on in Iowa or anything right now. You guys won't believe it. It's been snowing here for about 5 hours. We're going to get like 4 to 8 inches of snow.
I'm sorry, Jerry. It's beautiful in Pennsylvania right now.
45-mile-an-hour wind. I'm excited. Alex, I know we've been kind of working the cams here tonight, or on some of our broadcasts here on Ultimate Dirt TV, but can't see it. What do you weren't? Rumor has it you've donned some new race apparel or some new apparel for the show.
I got a nice Tyler Courtney shirt on, signed by Tyler Courtney.
Ooh, little sunshine action. Speaking of sunshine, there is no sunshine here tonight at Lernerville as we go green flag racing. It'll be Greg Lemay down the back straightaway, the 99-year race leader. Here comes Aiden Berlin to the outside. Berlin going to rip the lip as they hustle to lap number 1.
Beerline on the outside. He takes over number 2 spot from Jamie McCarron. McCarron trying to go hold that inside, but here comes Kevin Fry and Colby Arkai. Those two battling for that 4th spot.
They'll work them on down there side by side. Colby Araki. Oh, hang on. We got troubles down the front straightaway. One car upside down. That, of course, was Colby Araki in the 30 car. Now a couple cars together down the back straightaways. It'll still be Lemay, your race leader. Oh, look at this. BJ Duval has moved into the 5 spot. Man, I tell you what, he got some luck on that one. Lucky everybody else was crashing and he wasn't running dead last so far.
And BJ Duval, up to 5th right now, and almost lost it there over the edge, but he's holding on to 5th. But Greg Lemay Jr. is still in the lead.
Lemay, Berlin, and McCarron, your top 3. Kaiser and Duval running 4 and 5 is still out front. It's Lemay as we are at the halfway point, 5 in and 5 out. That 99 machine still out front. Lemay shows the way down into turn number 3 and 4 as we're on the back half of heat race number 1.
Lemay out in front, but Beerline is no slouch. He's trying to catch up to that 99 from elbows up, but it looks like Lemay is just running that top side right there on the cushion, and he is just looking fast right now.
The Birds Bow, Pennsylvania hot shoe driving for elbows ups, and the Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation 99 on out front. Your race leader is he'll burn it on into turn number 3 and 4. This time down the front straightaway. We'll be looking at 2 laps to go.
Greg Lemay is not far from me, as he is one of those guys who has come along. He's only been on iRacing for a couple of months, and it's showing that he has put in the time and effort as he is one lap away from wrapping up heat race number 1.
We'll see what else he does right there. One of our pro drivers here in the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 season opener. He'll bring it off at turn number 4. First checkered flag of the season going to Greg LeMay. They're in the 99. Aiden Berlin and Jamie McCraren going 1, 2, and 3 as they come across the stripe. Final one across. Kevin Fry there in the 21. A little kiss to the crate. Taking a look at your finishing order as they make their way up. Like we said, Greg LeMay, Berlin, McCraren, Kaiser, Duvall, Carver, Fry, and Arake. Your 8 finishers here for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 getting ready to roll the speedway here just momentarily. Well, look at that out of Pennsylvania. It's the 141. That's Logan Rumsey, and his outside driving the 92. That's Ross Kaiser.
Row number 2 on the inside, the 14 of Phil Krotech. I think I got that right. And outside will be Kyle Swatter in the 24.
Hey, we'll take a look to row number 3 to the inside. It's Daniel Boyd driving the 79 out of Australia, and to his outside, I believe Waterloo, Iowa is where he calls home, the 03 of Sean Bowers, and it'll be Remington Wade in the 77. Of course, out of the Show Me State of Missouri, starting in the number 7 spot with the 77. BJ Duvall with a good lucky 5th place run in there. I tell you, BJ, I kind of had some ideas that things were going to happen in front of you. I had my hand on the Ouija board, and it was, I knew the spirits had talked to me and said BJ would run 5th.
Oh, I had to bring that up. Yeah, I got lucky there a couple times. They started right in front of me. I just hit the brakes and prayed for the best. I know these cars don't like to turn to the right or much, or left, or heck, I don't even know. It's second time I've driven these in probably a year, so fingers crossed things go well.
There you go, kind of a late entry here, working on some late setups. Didn't get a chance to qualify real good, but we'll watch for you coming up in one of those last chance qualifiers coming up here later tonight here on the Apex Auto Glass. Tinting, any words of wisdom? Did he leave?
Gone.
Man, you know what? I think he was. What's that paper that he was reading? Oh, the green sheet. I think after last night's deal and after watching his performance in heat race number 1, there may be an ad for talent on the green sheet, and BJ Duvall should sign up for it. But not needing any talent up front is Logan Rumsey, because he has bought a handful of it, and he is showing it up front there. Your race leader, Sean Bowers, and it'll be Kyle Swader right there working there in the number 3 spot as they hurry down into turn number 3 and 4.
The Pennsylvania native in that 41 machine of Logan Rumsey, looking to be the second straight PA guy to win their heat race night, and he is looking strong. But look at his battle for third between Swader, Wade, and Kaiser. That is going to be the battle as Kaiser there gets a little loose. That's going to be the battle to keep your eye on.
Kyle Swader right there out of Topeka, Kansas, working that 24 car right ahead of the 77 car machine of Remington Wade, of course, out of Missouri, working it on up front as they hustle down the front straightaway. Top 2 are breaking away, but this is a great little trio battling for 3, 4, and 5.
And Ross Kaiser has looked strong, but he is trying to catch up. He is in that 5th spot right now. He is behind Wade, and Swader needs to make a move and make it quick because the laps are closing down quickly. Rumsey still out in front. Bowers, you see, trying to catch up, but the 41 is ripping the lip around the cushion.
As they will work the top side of this racetrack, you'll see it get very narrow up there on the cushion around the outside of the speedway. That 41 of Logan Rumsey. Rumsey still out front. Now we go on board, taking a look out there as everybody chasing down your race leader with 3 to go as they throttle off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Still Logan Rumsey. Rumsey, your race leader.
And Rumsey out in front, you see there's Sean Bowers looking in the back right now. That great camera shows you how far of a gap he has on the 3rd and 4th place cars. As you see, he's up 4 spots already up to that 2nd spot in this heat race.
Working it, hustling as the white flag comes out. Final trip around Lernerville here in heat race number 2. Rumsey, Swader, your 1, 2, and 3 cars. They'll hustle on down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is waving out of the starter stand. It's Logan Rumsey with the win. So Rumsey will pick up the win there in a great heat race number 2, doing it in fine fashion. as we get ready to take a look at, there it is. Speaking of the green sheet, there it is. You can find some free talent there, BJ. It will be Logan Rumsey, Sean Bowers, Ross Kaiser, Kyle Swader, Daniel Boyd, Remington Wade, and Phil Grocht there in the 14. Coming up, the, of course, Grand Forks North Dakota racer in the final spot. Taking a look at heat race number 3, getting ready to roll onto the starting grid. It'll be Tyler Schell. Tyler Schell, defending Apex Auto Glass and Tinning Series champion. Going to try to take that crown again. We'll see what the Pennsylvania racer can do. Also, another one of those guys out of the Posse state, that is Kenny Miller in the 23 from Morgantown, Pennsylvania.
Starting third will be West Middlesex, Pennsylvania native of Richie Preston. Outside, Daniel Zeggers.
Then we will see Jason Randolph driving the 47 car into his outside from Texas. It's Jeremy Prey in the 117, and starting shotgun on the field, driving the 32. That will be Angel Ortega out of Yakima, Washington, rolling off in the 7th and final starting spot.
And that's so Preston, you have the season champion in Shell, you have the third place finisher in Preston, and in the top 3 right now, starting the top 3, are all Pennsylvania natives. So the Posse showing up tonight, trying to make it a third straight heat race and a third straight Pennsylvania to win it.
They will be working these machines feverishly up front, no doubt about that. Alex is the pace truck, I believe, getting ready to hustle off the racetrack. Heat race number 3. I think there's 5 heat races maybe tonight if I dip. 5 heat races here for our 410 cars as we go green flag. Tyler Schell going to lead the field on down into turn number 1 and 2. He will see Kenny Miller and Daniel Zeggers. Zeggers right there behind him there. That number 3 spot, Richie Preston, the 25 car. Going to take a look to the outside. Going to rip the lip at this Lernerville Speedway as he hustles on down. Look at Richie Preston. Going to get a daily double 2 for 1. Now he goes dangerously high off a 2 and down the back straightaway.
As that high side is fast but very dangerous with no outside wall there. He's trying to get past the machine of Kenny Miller there. Kenny Miller, another one of those strong showers down in Oklahoma, comes home and now looking to have a strong showing here in the Apex Auto Glass 410s.
We're right on there with Kenny Miller looking out the back there. You see it, the 2 machine rookie in the number 2 spot. Miller right there. You see him there 2 wide behind him as it is Richie Preston at the West Middlesex Pennsylvania racer trying to work that 3rd spot and keep a hold of it as they work down into turn number 1 and 2 as it's still Miller, Preston, Zegger, 2, 3, and 4 down the back straightaway.
And you see the top 3 all just ripping right there, almost deadly close there to that edge, as we have not seen it yet of one of these cars going over, but when this cushion starts going away, it might happen. As you see, problems there for Zeggers, and I think him and Prey might have got into it in the back there.
We'll see what happens as they work them all around, as we have got 4 laps remaining in this one, 6 in, now 3.5 left to go down the back straightaway. That 25 of Richie Preston trying to reel in Kenny Miller there in the number 2 spot. They will use the velocity around the top of the racetrack to keep them at bay. Though Tyler Schell, the 85 machine, going to work that machine off of turn number 4. White flag next time as we've got 2 to go.
And look at the run Schell has had on this field so far. Schell looks like another season, yet he's the man to beat. White flag in the air, and he is off to the races.
12 races in the series last year, 10 times to victory lane on top the podium. Speaking of top the podium, he's going to get a podium finish here in tonight's heat race action. It'll be Tyler Schell, Kenny Miller, and Richie Preston, your top 3 finishers, as we get ready to take a look at your finishing order in your heat race number 3 here at Lernerville on the Apex season opener, as it will be Tyler Shields, Kenny Miller, Richie Preston, Daniel Zeggers, Jeremy Prey, Jason Randolph, and coming home in the 7th and final spot on your green sheet results, it'll be Angel Ortega. I think we need to get a hold of the people from the green sheet and see if they want to be part of our Ultimate Dirt TV broadcast. Speaking of being part of it, Braden Eiler, they're in the 5 car out of Pennsylvania, going to be a part of heat race number 4, and on the pole, Ernie Williams Jr. out of the 91 machine to his outside.
Josh Van Manen from the Firm Motorsports starts third. Outside, it's Landon Cardoza.
Taking a look there at row number 3 to the inside, it's Andrew Hauser in the 13 and Jacob Kirkland in the 05 and Dakota Osborne there in the 22. The Savannah, Missouri racer going to roll off there in the final starting spot. So another, of course, Ernie, the runner-up in the Apex Auto Glass and Window Tinting season last year, so looking to see if he can he'd like to one-up that, there's no doubt. We'll see if he can do it here tonight. Of course, whoever leads tonight on top of points will take the series into next Thursday night here on Ultimate Dirt TV for round number 2. Not sure where we're headed to next Thursday night. We'll probably find out, pass it along.
We are at Limaland.
Ooh, another tight little bull ring.
Oh, and Jerry, guess what?
What?
4 heat races. Guess who's starting on the pole for the 4th straight heat race?
If I had to imagine or guess by the excitement in your voice, I bet he's from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Brett asked me earlier, we don't get off the porch often, and you can tell it's Brett a PA track, and look who's on the pole. Braden Eiler takes the green flag.
Well, I'd sure hope that Pennsylvania would be represented quite well at a Pennsylvania racetrack. It'll be Braden Eiler out front, Ernie Williams Jr. Then it's Cardoza. Look out, got one up hard into the outside retaining wall. That's Jacob Kirkland. Kirkland in the 005 with a quick exit to the racetrack.
Ernie Williams Jr. fighting in that second spot right now as here comes Cardoza trying to make a run. But again, everyone going right to that top side as that looks like the place to be right now as the track is still fresh. But Braden Eiler out in front by a good advantage.
Telling you what, great to have each and every one of you watching Ultimate Dirt TV. If you're watching on Facebook, big shout out to Steve Turbeville, some stars that don't forget, you want to support the great action you see here on the Sims Racing and, of course, the esports and all the stuff on the Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit the stars, like us, share us, do all that great stuff. And speaking of sharing, Braden Eilers is not sharing anything. He has gone and running away with it. He's actually taken all the toys from the sandbox and going to take them for himself. As Eiler's your race leader, Ernie Williams and Cardoza your top 3.
As you see, Ernie Williams Jr. looking comfortable on that top side there as Landon Cardoza in that 3rd spot. The 91 of Black Diamond Motorsports, Ernie Williams Jr. sitting comfortable in 2nd. But a rumor has, and this is a little terrifying, apparently BJ Duval is starting on the pole, on the outside pole of his B main.
Well, you know, every squirrel finds a nut. We'll see what he can do with that thing as we work it on down the back straightaway. Just 3.5 laps to go. Braden Eiler on out front. Still Williams in the 91. Landon and Cardoza. Andrew Hauser, your top 3 now. Van Manen in the 05. And Hauser go to work on each other. Watch them down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Hauser goes to the inside. Van Manen going to follow suit, but slide up, try and get a run out of the corner. But it looks like he got a little loose. That might have cost him some time there. But look at Braden Eiler, white flag in the air. He is 1 lap closing in on starting on the outside of row number 2.
Braden Eiler, Ernie Williams, and Landon Cardoza working on in as they hurry this one down to the end. Checkered flag out. It'll be Braden Eiler with the win. Eiler comes home with a... So the 4 in a row for pro racers. Brandon Eiler, a pro driver, picking up the win in that one. Let's take a look here at your green sheet. Finishing order, it will be Braden Eiler, Ernie Williams, Landon Cardoza, Andrew Hauser, Josh Van Manen, Dakota Osborne, and Jacob Kirkland, your 7 finishers on the speedway. He raced number 5, and there it is, Kendall Tucker. He is one of them world-class racers in the 00, and his outside it'll be Clayton Tilley out of Momentum Smith. If I could talk tonight, it's like Momentum Sim Sports in the 51 out of Australia.
We're number 2 on the inside from the great state of Texas, Gunnar Harris in the 54. Outside, Black Diamond Motorsports, the 1X, it's Mason Hannigan.
Then we go there. It will be Chris Sabisky in the 021 to the north of us in Canada. And it'll be Scott Hurwitt there in the 50 and Darren Hall from Indianola, Iowa, where it is snowing just as much as it is in Des Moines right now in the 41. Of course, as we take a look at the starting grid there as they are under the caution flag there as we get ready to go green flag racing here just momentarily. Of course, Clayton Tilley, the Perth Western Australia racer, the speedshop51.com, cool chassis, everything dirt, CT design, and Verdict clothing. Sponsored Hot Rod sitting there, row number 1 to the outside. Great shot of him coming down the front straightaway. There's Hannigan there in the 1 machine. Going to be looking for a great run out of Hannigan back there deep in the field.
Mason Hannigan from Pittsburgh, Indiana in that Black Diamond Motorsports. Tim Sims and Ultimate Dirt TV sponsored 1X machine.
Here we go. Getting ready to go to the green flag into turn 3. Off of turn 4. Green flag comes out. Will Thunder to turn number 1.
Tucker out to a lead. 1 second. I'm coughing.
Down the back straightaway to be Tucker on out front of the race lead. Tilley. Now Hannigan can come to the bottom side. Hannigan will drop it to the grass down on turn number 3 and 4. To the outside is Tilley. Hannigan now going to take a look to him down the outside. Watch him off at 2 and down the back straightaway. Hannigan's got a big run into turn number 3. Clayton Tilley's got a handful of them as they work down the front straightaway.
Kendall Tucker still out in front. Tilley now into the second spot. As you see, Hannigan got a battle. Here comes Gunnar Harris now to the inside. But that run on the bottom just doesn't look strong enough. Now Hannigan going to go to the bottom side by side for second.
Back there it is. Hannigan down to the bottom side in the 1 machine. Hannigan taking a look at the 51 of Clayton Tilley. Tilley to the outside. Hannigan's going to drive to the bottom. Now he's going to let that thing maybe slide to the top. Nope, just going to eat the middle of the racetrack. And as he did, broke traction and that thing came out from underneath of him. He did a great job saving that machine, but lost a ton of space between himself and Clayton Tilley and Gunnar Harris right there. You see him chomping at the bits in 4th. He'd like to make the top 3.
Gunnar Harris trying to make it there as you see Sabisky and Hurwitt. Hurwitt goes to the inside of Sabisky as there are battles all throughout this track tonight. Sabisky trying to make that bottom work, but again, the top just looks dominant right now until this track gets run in some more.
We'll see what happens. You'll definitely see this place shape up from the grass to the top as it is Kendall Tucker, Clayton Tilley, Mason Hannigan. Now Hannigan working it on in there as they work there. Still Kendall Tucker. We haven't seen him all races. He has been Gone gone, and he's looking to make this one DUN done. We'll see what happens as Tucker brings the field on down this time with 2 to go.
Kendall Tucker out in front as you see he's going into the turn, and now there comes Clayton Tilley as there is a big gap between Tucker and Tilley, and white flag in the air. Tucker basically has just handed in the key and he's checked out.
Yeah, Kendall Tucker going to race it off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Going to be 5. Well, he's gone. He was gone there for a minute. Tucker out front, going to lead the field on in. Like you said, throw keys on the desk as he's checked on out of this one. Kendall Tucker, Clayton Tilley, and Mason Hannigan go uno, dos, and tres there to the podium. Hit finish here in heat race number 5 and final for your season opener here on the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410s. Taking a look at your green sheet. Finishing rundown here for heat race number 5. It is Kendall Tucker, Clayton Tilley, Mason Hannigan, Gunnar Harris, Chris Sabisky. Then it will be Scott Hurwitt and Darren Harrell coming there with the D team working the 7th spot. So that wraps up 5 heat races. We have got, I believe, 15 cars looked in. I believe we're going to go to a D main. Taking a look here, see what we've got. 12 lap, top 3 cars moving on. And let's already take a look at your... so we'll have 3 B mains, top 3 cars moving on. It'll be Joe Kaiser in the 29, and his outside, that's Andrew Hauser in the 13.
Starting in 3rd from Australia, it's Daniel Boyd in the 79. Outside, Chris Sabisky in the 21 from Canada.
That'll be Jason Randolph there in the 47 machine from right here in beautiful Des Moines, Iowa. And his outside from the great state of Texas. That is the 21 of Kevin Fry. Kevin Fry, this 21 to the outside. And it will be Jacob Kirkland, the 05. So Andrew Hauser out there on the front row to the outside. We'll see what he's got for him up there. As we get ready to work to the green flag here just momentarily.
Jerry, have you ever been to Canada?
Yes, I've been on the British Columbia side. I've been to Vancouver once, so it was a beautiful time. It was probably back in the late 90s. It was around late February, early March. Beautiful time. It was in the 60s, right along the water, along the ocean, and I was actually flagging at that time. It would have been the last season of the Mickey Thompson Off-Road Stadium Series, where we traveled probably, I think, 14 shows across the great country and made a trip up into Vancouver, and it was a good time. Fabulous time again. I don't remember much about it, but it was quick and it was fun. I'd go back, I know that.
And just like you said, fabulous. Joe Kaiser off to a fabulous start. As look at the rest of the field, they're still side by side. Kaiser out to a pretty good advantage right now, but here comes Kevin Fry. Andrew Hauser as well. Fry hits the wall hard. He's going to lose a lot of ground.
Oh, we got a pair of them together there in the front straightaway. It will be Andrew Hauser, the old Kingstree, South Carolina racer. Got a little crossed up and had some help there, but look at this. Jacob Karkland, the 005. Remember his heat race? First time into turn number 3, backed that thing up into the outside retaining wall. He has come from the outhouse to the White House as he leads the field on down the front straightaway. Kevin Fry in tow to the number 2 spot.
Fry goes up top, Karkland holds the bottom, and now Daniel Boyd gets past Zabiskie there, and Kaiser drops back into 5th. Remember, Joe Kaiser had that phenomenal start there in the start of the D-Main. Now he's back into 5th and on the outside looking in.
Not having a great run there. Fry, now Zabiskie back there to the number 4-3 spot in the 21. He'll lay to the bottom of the racetrack. Zabiskie working that 3-share, the 3rd place spot. Right on down as we get ready there. The Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada racer. Working it there in the 21 on down to the bottom of the racetrack. They work down the front straightaway, still racing for the number 3 spot.
Zabiskie goes to the inside, slides up a little bit. That might have killed some momentum. Here comes Daniel Boyd. They're side by side for that 3rd spot. Zabiskie goes to the bottom once more. He looks comfortable. Hit a little bit of a bump there as that opens the door again for Daniel Boyd.
Zabiskie trying to make something happen, but here comes Kevin Fry. Going to take a look on Jacob Karkland down the back straightaway. Karkland right there working the number 1 spot. Laps winding down this one as we are past the halfway point of this one. Karkland still your leader. Fry running the number 2 spot. That battle for 3rd still shaping up as it is Chris Zabiskie. Zabiskie, the old driver out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, working that Canadian machine down. He is 1 out of a transfer. You know he'd like to make his way into the A-Main, but he is going to have to hustle quicker than an ice road trucker, and he does it around the outside contact as the 79 of Daniel Boyd come together with him, but that's going to put Zabiskie to the number 3 spot.
And I don't think Boyd thought Zabiskie would have got that much of a run out on the top side there in 1 and 2, but that might have cost him there a little bit of a mistake. And here comes Zabiskie now running the top side, white flag out, Karkland in front, Fry and Zabiskie are your 3.
So we'll watch 3 of these going to the A feature as they hustle on down into turn number 3 and 4. It is still your race leader, Jacob Karkland. Now Karkland's got some company, gets barred up right there. Not going to be enough, as it'll be Jacob Karkland, Kevin Fry, and Chris Zabiskie, your top 3 transfer car. So as we get ready to go here to your B-Main number 2. Before we do that, let's take a look. Like you said, Zabiskie, Fry, and Karkland making their way into the main event. The guys that, they're going to have to come back next week and work on the setups and get things hammered out are Boyd, Hauser, Kaiser, and Randolph, as those guys will now watch from the grandstands. Here we go. B-Main number 2, looking for 3 more here in your Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Car season opener here at Lernerville. On the pole, it is the 24 machine. That is Kyle Swader out of Topeka, Kansas on the inside, and to his outside from Texas. The 54 is Gunnar Harris.
Row number 2 on the inside from Wraith Racing. It's Jeremy Prey in the 117 outside, the 10B. From the Firm Motorsports, it's Leon Carver.
Taking a look there, we will see Dakota Osborne into the two to the inside of row number 3, and his outside, that will be Philip Krotesh there in the 14 machine, and Darren Harrell there in the 41 machine rounds out the field. So there is your starting lineup for B main number 2. So it is Swader and Prey up there on the front row. Of course, as we get ready to go to the green flag next time, I believe. Once again, we do thank and appreciate each and every one of you for watching us here on Ultimate Dirt TV as the Apex Auto and Auto Glass and Tinning, as they dazzle you with their service. Our friends from Apex Auto Glass, of course, part of the Auto Glass Safety Council, where they install NGA replacement windshields. Check them out, apexautoglass.com, out there on the West Coast in California. If you're looking for, well, glass replacement, windshield chips, window tinting, added some calibration, give them a holler, give them a check out there on the West Coast. Apex Auto Glass and Tinning, bringing you action here on season opener at Lernerville. We're side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. Look at this. Prey, Harris, and Swader 1, 2, and 3.
As you saw there, look at the run that he got out of the corner. As you see, Harris going to get another run out of the turn number 2 there on that top side. Get past Prey, but Prey's working that bottom to middle side, and it looks like it's finally coming along. But there's that 54 of Harris still holding on, trying to fight. Now we got a 3-car battle for the lead with Swader, Harris, and Prey.
They're working on down the back straightaway. Swader's still on out front. Prey, Harris, 1, 2, and 3. Now you've got those 3 breaking away, and here comes Groach back there in the number 4 spot. He still wants to throw his hat to the ring. Watch him off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Jeremy Prey on the outside. Now he'll come to the inside. It is a 24 machine of Swader up on the top. They will go back and forth, tooth and nail. For the race lead, they were 3 wide getting off of turn number 4. What a battle you've got here in B main number 2.
Jeremy Prey out in front. Gunnar Harris now. Here comes Swader trying to get to the outside of Harris once more. Never mind, he's going to go to the inside. But here comes Phil Croach in the 14 trying to put his hat in the ring for that transfer spot.
Down the back straightaway. Still, once again, it's Gunnar Harris around the outside. The 117 of Jeremy Prey right down there on the bottom side. They'll work off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. We are now working 6 down and 6 to go. It's still Jeremy Prey. Gunnar Harris back around the outside, the 54 machine. Harris back around the top, going to make something happen. The 117 of Prey. Swader now is going to settle into that number 3 spot. Says, I'm in the show here. I'm going to hang out, let you guys duke it out and see what happens as we work down the back straightaway.
Gunnar Harris looks strong around that top, just like he did to take the lead earlier on, as Jeremy Prey still running the bottom side as well as Swader. Croach trying to get around him, but I don't think he can find a line unless he wants to go to the top. He's not comfortable. It doesn't look like he's that comfortable trying to go all the way up top, running the middle side, and it's losing time.
On down the back straightaway, it is still Harris, Prey, Swader. 1, 2, and 3. B main number 2 underway, just about ready to wrap this one up next time across the starter stands. We will see 2 laps remaining. Gunnar Harris, Jeremy Prey, and Kyle Swader looking to punch their tickets into tonight's A main.
Gunnar Harris still out in front. Gunnar Harris has some problems, gets a little loose. That opens the door there for Jeremy Prey to try and catch up, but the white flag waving here. Harris out in front. Swader, as all 3 of them are alone here on the track.
They hurry on down the back straightaway. White flag is waved, and we are just a half lap for putting this one in the books. It'll be Jeremy Prey there to the race lead. Gunnar Harris, Kyle Swader, 1, 2, and 3. They'll come across there in that order and punch their ticket into tonight's season opener. A main here on 410 Action. So taking a look at things with timing and scoring. Everything looks official. Gunnar Harris, Jeremy Prey, and Kyle Swader go 1, 2, and 3. Carver, Groach, then it will be Osborne and Harrell rounding out the field. They will sit themselves back at the hauler and watch this thing transpire tonight with the season opener. Woo! It'll be Daniel Zeggers They're in the 8 car on the pole, and look at that. There he is, not Big Daddy. It's BJ Duvall, the Team Outlaw Motorsports 39 to the outside of row number 1.
Row number 2 on the inside, the 05 from the Firm Motorsports. It's Josh Van Manen outside Remington Wade in the 77.
We will see Scott Hurwitt on the 50 machine and Angel Ortega. They're in the 32. And then we will see Colby Araki. They're in the 30 car. Colby Araki, of course. Last night, a great run in the 360s. A Clovis, California racer starting deep in the field of this one.
So the real question coming out of this, the 39 of BJ Duvall, does he make the show?
We'll find out in 12 laps. I mean, if I was a betting man, and I usually am, if I was to parlay this one, I would say that probably. I mean, BJ, I got faith in him, but here's some hitters in this one. You've got some pretty good showers and growers, so we'll have to see what can happen as unless he's got that trick Brett Wheeler setup. Unless he's got the Team 5-6 set up in that 39. It's going to probably make me eat crow on this one as we go to the green flag. It'll be Daniel Zegger, your race leader, BJ Duvall. Van Manen working right there to the number 3 spot. Colby Araki has now moved into the number 4 spot. Watch this battle up here, top 3 going at him.
Duvall gets a little loose there, hits the slick spin, the tires, head opens the door. Van Manen running the top side, trying. There goes Duvall once more, getting loose. Now Van Manen to the outside. They were side by side down the back straightaway. Here they come out of turn number 4, and it's going to be Van Manen, it looks like, at the line.
Van Manen, the Bondurant, Iowa racer from here in central Iowa, working that number 05 machine round the outside. Quicker than 2 trailer park girls go around the outside. That is Josh Van Manen. Van Manen working side by side with BJ Duvall. Duvall down on the bottom side. Duvall looking very impressive. Like we said, Lady Luck riding inside the 39 car tonight.
And you never know. Maybe Brett Wheeler gave him a little tip of the trade here and told him to go to the bottom because he looks pretty good there if he doesn't stop spinning the tires. As Van Manen now going to pull away and watch Colby Araki because Colby Araki will come up quick on him.
Rocky, like we said, had a great run last night with the season openers here with the 360s, working them down into turn number 1 and 2. Now off of 2 and down the back straightaway, Josh Van Manen. Like we said, the driver out of Bondurant, Iowa, working the number 2 spot. Daniel Zegger still out front, though. Daniel Zegger is out of Pella, Iowa, so a couple Iowa racers. I told you we got some good racers out here. I mean, you don't need to be from Pennsylvania to be fast, and that's what Daniel Zeggers and Josh Van Manen are showing them on up front. BJ Duvall, well, he's hanging on to that number 3 spot.
But again, here comes Colby Araki. He is closing the gap on that 39 machine of Duvall, and Duvall now just needs to keep it straight. Just needs to not make any mistakes. If he can run a mistake-free race from here on out, he holds on that transfer spot.
We'll see what happens as they hustle on down the back straightaway. Still Zeggers, Van Manen, Duvall, Araki, Hurwitt, Ortega, and Wade round out the field. As this time we've got 3 laps left to race in this one.
The 39 of Duvall still holds on that transfer spot. Goes to the bottom once more, but look at Zeggers. Zeggers is out in front by a quarter mile, it looks like. Josh Van Manen in second spot, and he's pulling away from Duvall. As they're starting to separate here, this might just be a white flag coming out. Duvall just needs to hold on now.
They'll work him on down. It's still Zeggers and Van Manen. Of course, Zeggers out of Pella. Bondurant, Iowa's Josh Van Manen. Not too far from each other. Look at this. Here comes Colby Araki. Colby Araki into my race pass. Number 30 looking to make a move. Can he do it? Zeggers, Van Manen, Colby Araki knocks off BJ Duvall, who, well, just came up a little short. Could not handle that 3 spot for the entire race and gave it up to Araki, as Araki will start dead last coming into tonight's main event. That does wrap up that. Zeggers. Oh, I tell you what, now take a look here. It looked like at the stripe, but BJ Duvall on timing and scoring does get that number 3 spot by 1/1000th of a second. Speaking of the lucky squirrel, here is BJ Duvall joining us via the via the, I don't know where we found him. Hey, I told everybody, you told us last night what the green sheet is out here in Pennsylvania, and it's a buy here, it's a buyer trader paper, and apparently you went and it's free, and you must have found the advice column in that thing because wow, you found some advice for some talent. You found it, BJ.
Talent? I think it was all luck. I ain't got a drop of talent nowhere.
I was about to say, don't throw that talent word around here, Jerry. He ain't got that much talent.
Yeah. So, do you think you got anything from him from dead last? Or is that you hitting the wall coming on the racetrack for warm-ups?
No, I have not pulled out yet.
Well, why don't you get strapped on in, get yourself rolled in, and we're going to see if there's anything left. See if you got anything left in the tank for this one.
All righty, thanks, guys.
So there we go. He's going to the mother Ouija board for advice, and I think we've got about a 5-minute warm-up session. So we're going to kick back, relax. I think we're going to go to some commercials, take care of some great sponsors as we get ready here momentarily for your opening feature on the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting A main event coming up next. Whoops, hang on. Change of plans. We're ready. I thought we was going to pay some bills. We'll pay him after this. Here we go. Starting lineup coming to us here just momentarily. Starting back there into the 24th spot. Driving the 39. It's Big Daddy. No, not Big Daddy. That's BJ Duvall and Kyle Swader rolling off 23rd in the 24.
22nd, it will be the 021 of Chris Zabisky. Inside of him, the 05 from the firm, it is Josh Van Manen.
Going to the 20th and 19th place starters, it is Jeremy Prey in the 117. And driving the 21, it is Kevin Fry.
18th in the 8, it's Daniel Zeggers. Inside from Texas, the 54, it's Gunnar Harris.
Going to the next row, that will be this 005 of Jacob Karklin. And to his outside, driving the 1 out of Indiana, it's Mason Hannigan.
Starting 14th will be Landon Cardoza in the 114. Inside of him, from Pennsylvania, the 25 of Richie Preston.
Taking a look at your first 6 rows, it'll be Ross Kaiser driving the 92 and Jamie McCarron driving the 2 out of Australia.
10th will be Clayton Tilley from Momentum Sim Sports in the 51. Inside Black Diamond Motorsports 91, it's Ernie Williams Jr.
Going to the next row to the inside, to the outside, it's Kenny Miller driving the 23 machine out of Morgantown, Pennsylvania. And to his inside, driving from Topeka, Kansas, it is the privateer of Sean Bowers.
Starting 6th will be the OBR Sim Sports driver in the 13. It's Aiden Beerline. Kendall Tucker in the 00 will start 5th.
Looking at your first 2 rows, it'll be Braden Eiler in the 5, and to his inside, defending Apex Auto Glass and Tinting Series champion, the 85 of Tyler Scheel out of Pennsylvania.
And on the front row outside, the 41 from Swindell Speed Labs, it's Logan Rumsey. Inside of him, elbows up Sim Sports 99 from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, it is Greg Lamy Jr.
Here we go. Let's see. If I had to take a pick tonight, you know what? I'm going with the 85. Which I believe, hang on, if I take a look here, it's a 25, isn't it? I can't see now. The 85. Yeah, I mean, you'd be a pretty hard pick to not take defending series champion Tyler Schell. So I'll take Schell.
You're picking Shell. Brett, who are you picking? You know what? I'll go with the young man, the 41 from Swindell. I'll pick Logan Rumsey. So Brett picks Tucker, you pick Shell, and I pick Rumsey. So it's going to be an interesting one here.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. That is a good question there, Wheeler. I know we'll have to see, because usually when you pick somebody, it's not good for them. Alex, they usually have something bad happen.
Over, under, halfway.
Okay, over, under, halfway. I got you. So they work them around under the caution flag. Your Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprinters right here at virtual Lernerville. And as I believe they make their way down the back straightaway, if I was a betting individual, I would say it's the first of many 4 wide salutes to you, the fans watching on Ultimate Dirt TV. So they make their way down the front straightaway. As you're sitting at home, give a little tip of the can, whatever you're doing, whatever you're watching, as you've asked for the best. You've got the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 4 abreast down the front straightaway on parade for you, their season opener here at Lernerville, Pennsylvania. So as they roll around in that 4 wide salute, they now pick the throttle on up. They'll go back into the 2x2 formation. Once they're in line, race control will say it will be time to align and confine and make things happen as pace truck going to make its way back up around the field as everybody gets in their starting positions. Field set to go. Down the front straightaway, looks like we should see the 1 to go sign out of the starter stand. As we'll come to the green, I believe this one a 35 lap, yes, main event. And it'll be time to go green flag racing. So we'll see what happens as they make their way off of turn number 3 and 4 here at Lernerville. It's showtime for the Apex 410 Sprinters season opener underway feature event.
Tyler Schell out to an early advantage, but there goes the 41 of Logan Rumsey, shot out of a cannon there on the top side. He's going to roll the top once more. He's out to the lead. Here comes Gregory Lamy Jr. He's in second, but here comes Tyler Schell.
They'll work him on down the back straightaway. Steal that 41 machine to LeMay, your race leader. Down the back straightaway, look at this. Here we come. Tyler Schell right there to the top of the racetrack. That's going to be a slide job down around the bottom side. That'll be the 00 Kendall Tucker. Tucker there now as they work off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. It'll be defending champion Tyler Schell to the outside. Now Tucker's going to get rousted around. Braden Eilers comes. Eilers down to the outside. Watch this great 5-car battle for the number 2 spot.
Tyler Schell out in front. There's Eiler right behind him there. Tucker getting a little loose there again on that bottom side. As here goes Eiler to the bottom. He's going to slide up in front of Schell. He takes over second momentarily, but Schell takes it right back.
Tyler Schell working that machine on up there. Of course, the Millersburg, Pennsylvania elbows up. Catch Fence Apparel, School of Sims, a Roof Co. Sponsored and powered machine is now on the tail tank of Logan Rumsey. He'll size him up, getting on in there. Let her slide on up. Lay a little heat on them rear tires. It will be Tyler Schell. Schell to the race lead. Here comes now back to the inside. Eiler, look at this. You're going to see it. He will lose a spot this time as Tyler Schell's got to pedal it back again to turn number 1 and 2.
Schell takes back the lead. Rumsey trying to get another run off the bottom, but here comes the 5 of Braden Eiler also trying to come after the leader. Tyler Schell out in front. All 3 cars going to go in a line there around the top. Looks like Rumsey might have had a little bit of a contact there with Eiler, but there's Schell. That top side looks quick.
Tyler Schell, like we said, the Millersburg, Pennsylvania racer on out front. Your race leader, Logan Rumsey, working the number 2 spot. Eller, then now look at this. Tucker has moved back into the number 4 spot. Speaking of this, here we come. Logan Rumsey, the 41 car, back on the inside, working Braden Eiler, Eiler back into that number 3 spot as they throttle again once again down into turn number 1 and 2.
And now, if you are Tyler Schell, you are smiling at this battle. Rumsey, Eiler losing ground on that 85 machine of Schell, and you see Schell getting ready to hit lap traffic, and Sabisky, Fry, Harris, and Prey, they're all getting ready to get in the way of that 85.
Up off the racetrack is the 21 car of Kevin Fry. He got up off the racetrack in front of your race leader. Sabisky now off the top of the racetrack. Oh boy, They'll race them on down into turn number 1 and 2. We are caution where yellow flag is out of the racetrack. So welcome back here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Alex Robinson and myself, Jerry Van Sickle, bringing you tonight's action here on season opener, the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Cars, and it is Tyler Shell, excuse me. Wow, watch it. Yes, it's Seashell, what is it? She sells seashells in the seashore by the sand or something? I don't know.
It's she sells. I don't even know it.
She sells literally just
by the seashore. I know that much.
Seashells by the seashore in the sand.
Teamwork, Jerry. It works.
Got that one there, Sandy? All right, here we go. Here we go. Off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Yep, get her all cleaned out. No sand there for Tyler Shell as he is wound up tight tonight. Got things working on in. Now Eiler going to take a look at the bottom side. Holy cow, he'll slide it up across the room. The nose of Rumsey. Now look at this. Here comes Kendall Tucker. Tucker down around the bottom side. The 00 has gone to the number 2 spots. Grabbed it +2 now as he works them on. Here comes the 41 of Logan Rumsey back to the inside. Rumsey's going to let it slide to the cushion. They'll bring it down in front of this capacity pack grandstands. They come together. The battle is for second, third, and fourth, Alex.
And look at the 1X of the Little Hurricane. Mason Hannigan also throwing his hat in the mix. He's in 5th right now. He's trying to put his hat in the mix here, but Eiler, Tucker, and Rumsey all going to the top side right now, trying to track down your leader in the 85 of Tyler Shell. And you see Eiler there gets right on the back bumper of Kendall Tucker.
Eiler going to work to Kendall Tucker there now. He's going to let it slide off the grass up to the tires. Going to work it from the bottom to the top. He'll work right there. Now Tucker back to the inside. Watch his battle here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 5 cars battling for the number 3 spot around the outside. Still it is that 5 machine of Braden Eiler. Eiler's got some company. Now it's going to be Tucker back to the number 3 spot. He is the mean savage. Look out, we got troubles down the front straightaway. They got all crossed up. Rumsey parked it almost at the flag stand. Got everybody crocked up. That's going to let Mason Hannigan now work his way and sneak on into the top 3. Hang on, now you got the 5 machine of Eiler up off the racetrack, and Hannigan has moved on into 3rd.
And now look, that whole top 5 has changed hands as Logan Rumsey now back into the 3rd spot as he's trying to gain some ground. Look at Ernie Williams Jr. He's in 9th, but he's got a whole mess in front of him there. There's the 13 of Beerline, Kenny Miller, LeMay. There's Rumsey well, and there's Hannigan. So there is a mess there between that 3rd and about top 10 in there.
A mess is what could be shaping up as you've got a mess of them working up there up front. It's still Tyler Shell, Kendall Tucker, Mason Hannigan. Now Rumsey going to look to the inside. Rumsey down there. He's going to lay the left side under into the grass. Thank goodness there was no infield tires. Right now, the 91, last year's runner-up, is up off the top of the racetrack. Hannigan's going to work on into the number 2 spot. Here comes Mason Hannigan back on the inside, the driver out of Indiana, working down around the bottom side of the racetrack. Here we come down the back straightaway. It is still Shell, Tucker, Rumsey, Hannigan, Miller, Beerland, working him on in there. Now LeMay back to the number 7 spot. Is you still got him stacked, racked, and ready to attack. There's contact back there for 4th and 5th.
Contact between Rumsey and Miller. That is going to hurt Kenny Miller, and there goes Sean Bowers around.
Troubles big time up there for the 03 machine. Bowers on around as we take a look at an Ultimate Dirt TV replay. And watch what happens as things kind of transpire there. And well, he just A little bit of right side romance laid with the rub bar, the Nerf bar. There, down in turn number 3 and 4.
Take a moment? 3-second lead there for Tyler Schell as he was running away there. But again, the top 2 cars in Eiler and Rumsey make mistakes. So that kills a lot of time for the rest of the mid-pack because they all had to check up. So now Schell just has to hold off. But, there's a mess behind him. Tucker, Hannigan, Rumsey, Miller, Beerline. There's a whole mess there still.
We'll see what happens as still a lot of laps left to run this one, Alex, and it has been dicey. There has been some there's been some moving and shaking and chocolate cake bacon up there in the top 10 spots. So Mason Hannigan, a plus 11 right now in that one car. So we take a look there as we will watch how they play this one out. As like I said, you've got some shakers and bakers from the back making their way on up as we get ready to go into green flag condition one more time.
And you know who looks like they could have a test here if a little bit more mayhem happens? BJ Duval. He's in 15th.
We'll see what happens. I mean, he started dead last. Here we go, looking for the green flag. Kendall Tucker going to be on the outside of the restart. It will be Tyler Schell working it back to the top of the racetrack. Now everybody going to look there for about the midsection on down. It is still Tucker in the number 2 spot. Hannigan working into the number 3 spot. The 41 of Logan Rumsey. Here comes the 99 of Greg LeMay. Beerland working back there with him. They'll fan it up 4 wide off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Still Schell, Tucker, Rumsey, Hannigan. That's your top 4.
Hannigan now hits a rut there at the exit of turn 2. That's going to cost him 2 spots as Rumsey and LeMay side by side for third. Here they go. Rumsey gets the run out of the corner. He holds on to third at the line there, but here comes the Hornets' nest. They're 3 wide almost there. Hannigan, Rumsey, Hannigan, LeMay, and it looked like Beerline there has a little bit of problems there for Ernie Williams Jr.
I tell you what, hang on, got one backed up off the top of the racetrack. That is, I believe, Karkland there in the 005, and we go, the 005 as we go to the caution flag back out on the racetrack here on lap number 29. As take a look here, just right about now, I believe the GPS navigation is starting to reload, and he just became the bank board became the pinball. As you see them, they come up off the bottom, the right up here. Williams comes low. Tilly looks to make a move, sees the door open. Wheels are touched. Nerf bars are nerfing. And then the 005 of Karkland says, I think I've seen this happen before. Gets the 5K machine up over the top. Thought he was going to that town in Colorado called High Centered, but did not get there as he was able to drive that one away. So Tyler Schell, still your race leader.
You know what? That might have actually saved Ernie Williams Jr. there as he hit him, and it kept him on the track there. So that saves him right now as a top 10 finish is still in the picture here. But Tyler Schell has looked untouchable here tonight.
Tyler Schell, all poised and focused. Right up there, your leader, been on the point since the drop of the green flag. As we get ready to go, of course, the Millersburg, Pennsylvania racer on out front, going to get ready to show the way as we get ready to go back to the green flag. Kendall Tucker up on the outside of the restart on this one. Working back to the green flag. Schell will get a great run down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Tucker looking for some real estate down on the bottom. Hannigan's there. Now watch the 99 of Greg LeMay. Greg LeMay now up into the 3rd spot in the 99 car.
LeMay Jr. slides up in front of Rumsey there. Rumsey going to try and go to the bottom here. They're 3 wide for 3rd. Rumsey, Hannigan, and LeMay. They're all battling for the final podium spot. Here comes the 13 of Beerline now trying to throw his hat in the mix. But look at this side-by-side. Hannigan, Rumsey. Rumsey goes to the top. And there's a battle for the lead coming here as Kendall Tucker goes to the inside of Schell.
Tucker, look down on the bottom side. Tyler Shell to the outside. They'll race off at 2 and down the back straightaway. Still Shell, Tucker, Rumsey, Hannigan, and LeMay. Now look at this. Tucker from the top. Trying to make it happen. Not going to work. And maybe the ace in the hole has been shown as the caution flag. Back on the racetrack as we get ready to take a look and see what happened here. Around the outside, Kyle Swader. Kevin Fry gets into him, and then Fry becomes, I believe, the caution as he stopped down there on the K-rail. Things get all kinds of slicey and dicey here. Just gets it in there. The back end starts to come around, and once it does, there's no stopping it. Fry gets a little shot there down to the infield. Boom. And parks on the K-rail. Yeah, so Tyler Shell, Kendall Tucker, and Logan Rumsey. 1, 2, and 3.
Brett, I already succeeded. He has not gone over, and we went over halfway, so I've succeeded so far.
Well, you know. I remember hearing a story about a guy who was just trying to get some safety points here at Lernerville, and pretty good class driver, and I mean, as tricky as this place can be, I mean, knowing this guy's skill set, he still drove it off both ends of the racetrack. So we'll see if everybody can stay it on in here. As it is down the back straightaway, Tyler Shell, your race leader, Kendall Tucker, Logan Rumsey. Now look at this. White Castles are served. Crossovers are served back. Brave Cases are working them on down there. Is there 8 to go? Tyler Shell, Tucker, Rumsey, Hannigan, your top 4.
Tyler Shell still out in front, but you look at this top 5. Shell, Tucker, Rumsey, Hannigan, LeMay. Those 5 all world-class drivers as he gets contact with Beerline, and here comes Braden Eiler back in the top 5. So Eiler, after his mistakes, he's back in the top 5 right now.
Shell, Tucker, Rumsey, Hannigan, Eiler, LeMay, your top 6. Beerland, then it is Kaiser, Williams, Preston, and Cardozo. That's your top 11 down the back straightaway. As we are just about ready to wrap this one up here momentarily, as it's Tyler Shell, still your race leader, Logan Rumsey back there in 3rd. Here comes the 91 of Ernie Williams. Now look out, the 5 of Eiler up over the top of the treacherous turn 2 here at Lernerville. He will move it up around the outside and come back on in, get there safely, save us from a caution, but it's still Tyler Shell, your race leader.
Tyler Shell, look at the gap once again. He just looks really comfortable again as he has built this gap over Kendall Tucker, who has, again, threw that haymaker on that first lap of the restart and then just looks like he's lost ground ever since. Tyler Shell, champion last season, looking to repeat, and it's off to a good start right now. 2 laps to go. Shell out in front, Tucker, Rumsey, Eiler, and Hannigan. That's their top 5, and Shell is out to a 2-second lead over Tucker.
Tucker right back there, the number 2 spot. Rumsey back there in 3rd. They'll rake their way down into turn number 3 and 4. Now Eiler going to throw another haymaker. He'll come across the snoot, clip the wing of the 41 of Rumsey as the white flag is out. Rumsey going to see it slide up across. Here comes Eiler back to the inside. He'll take back that 3rd spot, but Tyler Shell will continue his winning ways in the Apex Auto Glass and Tinning 410 Sprint Car Series as he leaves tonight your points leader on a chase to try to repeat last year's championship run as he picks up the feature win tonight here on Opener at Lernerville. And taking a look, there it is. Tyler Shell, your race winner. Kendall Tucker, Braden Eiler, and Logan Rumsey and Mason Hannigan rounding out your top 5.
And you have Greg LeMay Jr. in 6th, Richie Preston in 7th, Ernie Williams Jr., Kenny Miller, and Landon Cardozo in your top 10.
Taking a look at 11th through 15th, it'll be Jacob Kirkland, Sean Bowers, Jamie McCarron, Daniel Zegger, Then it'll be Ross Kaiser coming home in 15th.
BJ Duval from Dead Last Wolf come home in 16th. Kevin Fry in 17th. Jeremy Prey in 18th. Van Manen in 19th. And Swatter in 20th.
Take a look at your final four finishers. Chris Sabeske out of Manitoba right there in the 21st spot. Then it'll be Aiden Berlin, Clayton Tilley, and then Gunnar Harris. That is your top 24 finishers. And we are going to make our way down into victory lane with tonight's winner. Leaving is your points leader. And what he did in dominating fashion, Tyler Schell picking up the win here at Lernerville. Tyler, congratulations. Already starting your winning ways here in season opener.
Thanks, man. That thing was on rails tonight in that feature. That's probably the best I've ever felt here. I could just coast it around the top and just turn left. I felt like I was on asphalt, just turn left the whole time. That thing felt really good, and just had to hit my marks and not go over the top. I was getting big gaps, and then the caution come out, and I like getting into a rhythm, and that just breaks all my rhythm I had, and it was just kind of scaring me. Put Kendall on my rear end. He's really, really good, so that could force me to make a mistake, but just was mistake free and was able to pull away.
We watched that, watching some of the replay here during our interview, man, and he, like I said, Kendall Tucker, you know you got your hands full when that guy's right there running with you, and he threw a couple of those, couple White Castles at you there, but apparently you weren't hungry for him tonight as you were able to just turn that thing back down and make the crossover move. But like you said, we talked about it, cautions always breed cautions, and when you get those yellow flags like that, and you get out of that rhythm, it gets hard to get back into it, and it looks like you did a great job of doing it, though.
Yeah, for sure. That's my biggest thing on here, especially around the top, is I kind of just overthink it under caution, and when I'm racing, I'm just racing. I'm not thinking about it. So once you start thinking about it, then that's when you start screwing up. So no, but that thing was definitely on rails tonight on the top.
Great looking hot rod, and you got some people that helped bring you to a championship last season, and a lot of the same great sponsors. Take some time to thank the people that put you first.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Josh and all the Brandons. I know there's a couple of them that are on the admin team for putting this league on, and then putting up the money, and then you guys for putting the broadcast on. That I was at SimSport, and then School Sim Racing. If you ever need a one-on-one session, just message me on Facebook or Discord. And then Flow Racing, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Just Logistics, Paints by Tunica, Hergart Real Estate, BS Air, Overall Photographs, Kench Fence Apparel, Roofco, and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
There you go. Speaking of that, little bit of Flow Racing, of course, Chili Bowl. I'm guarantee you that Tyler's going to be checking that out as Chili Bowl action as they get ready to move on. I believe Alex Robinson has found our runner-up.
So coming home in second in the 00, that's Swindell Speed Labs. It's Kendall Tucker. Kendall, quick car tonight, and you threw a few haymakers there on Shell, but he ran away with that one. But you had a fast car.
Yeah, we had a good car. Just it wasn't quite as good as Tyler was there on that top. I kind of figured the top it would be pretty quick here. I didn't think there would be many drivers, in the heats and contests, that would. Enough of them would go up there and get enough laps on it to slow it down and bring the bottom back around. That's usually how most of the pro races go. The top will get worn in, because all the guys are up there, in the heats and stuff, wearing it out. But tonight it never got that slick up there, and it was pretty fast, especially for Tyler. The bottom it wasn't bad, just wasn't as good as the top, but we'll take second. This first race here, the points deal, they pay all the money in the points fund, not to win races, unfortunately. So hopefully we can just keep this thing up front, inside the top 3 or top 5 at worst in this series, and hopefully it'll be enough to get it, hopefully, and hopefully we can rack some wins up along the way.
And now you said about that bottom side coming in, you threw about maybe even close to the top 10. We're all running the bottom side, and you fairly looked more comfortable than anyone else there around the bottom, and I think that's why you just looked quicker than everyone else behind you.
Yeah, it was quicker than everybody else in the field except for one person, unfortunately. So, like I said, just needed that top to slow down a little bit more. Maybe if there would have been some more laps up there on it, it would have slowed down a little bit. But who knows? Congrats to him on the win. We'll take second and move on to next week.
That was a fast car and a sweet wrap. Who's on the car? Who's behind the scenes?
Yeah, just all my guys at Swindle Speed Lab and Slick Sim Sport, for all the help. And I got to thank Bear Archery, K1 Race Gear, South Bay Partners, ML Performance, Dustin Hall with Dominator Graph. Thanks to the guys for the league, and thanks to you guys for the broadcast.
Well, that is your second place finisher, Kendall Tucker. Now, Jerry, I think you're with third place finisher, Braden Eiler.
Braden Eiler, you did everything but try to not finish third in this one. That you had a little bit of treacherous road there.
Yeah, that's a simple way to put it. Felt like I had probably one of the fastest cars in the track, if not the fastest. I just needed to get clear of Logan, and then I just couldn't get there quick enough. And then eventually Kendall came to the picture, and it's kind of hard to, take two cars at once sometimes, especially with him. He's really quick. And before you knew it, came out of 4 underneath Kendall, and Logan, hit the outside wall off of 4 and came down right in front of me. So that pretty much killed my winning run. Have a shot at the win at all, and then finally had a yellow opportunity to go in the pits and get some repairs, and just tried to drive it back up through, and made a couple mistakes that probably maybe would have helped secure third a little bit better, but we got it in the end anyways.
That's what it matters, is just getting some laps, and of course leaving out with a great third place finish on the season. Of course, last year you guys all chased tonight's winner to a championship. Tyler Schell, of course. What's your thoughts this season coming in?
I didn't run last season, so I didn't really know how the racing was, and who was winning and who was doing what. But hopefully we can get him run for his money, and just try to do good here in this points deal, and just get top 3s, top 5s week in and week out, and just stay solid.
There you go. Great looking hot rod. Who makes it fast here for you?
Yes, everybody at Elbows Up Sun Sport. Huge thanks to Matthew Henniger at Wicked Energy Gum and Wicked Cushion too. Also, Flow Racing. We have a promo code on our Facebook page in our description. Get yourself support a sim team on Flow Racing. So go check that out, and just the logistics and everybody that's partnered with the team.
All right, nice run here tonight. We'll see you back next Thursday night. Of course, that Braden Eiler picking up the third place win, and season opener in the books. Last night we had 360s. Tonight it was the old ground pounders, the 410s, taking to the Lernerville Speedway here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and did not let us down at all. Man, Alex, what a great show tonight.
And the one thing to note here, Tyler Schell wins, which helps him in this point standing, but also helps him in the national point standing for the Worldwide iRacing League Association. So again, these points matter for the league and also for the national points. So for these guys, especially like some guys who showed up to multiple races already, it's helping their points. But Tyler Schell looks like the man to beat early on.
You said it right there, looks to be, but anything can change. It doesn't matter if it's in the virtual world or out there on your local Saturday night track. Things can happen and things can change. So we'll have to see what happens next Thursday night as we'll go to night number 2 here as we go to Limaland next Thursday night, I believe about the same time, 9 Central here on the Apex Auto Glass and Tinning. Stop number 2 for the 410 Sprint Cars, and we're looking forward to it. Not looking forward to going outside to walk the dog in the snow right now. Saying though, I'm not too keen on that right now.
Oh, and Jerry, I forgot. I got to tell you this other good news.
What's the other good news?
So after next week, when we go to Limaland, the following week you can catch Speed Week, 410 Speed Week. We will make a stop here at the Apex Gaming, at the Apex Auto Tinting 410s. But, 4 races throughout that week. 410s on the line, already 20-some cars registered. Free entry, money on the line. It is going to be a great show, and that's coming up in 2 weeks after next week's stop at Limaland.
Exactly. So we do thank and appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and supporting great Sims racing here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, the Ultimate Dirt TV, the worldwide leader in some of the best iRacing you will see across the country, across the globe. Great to have each and every one of you tuned on in. So on behalf of the entire staff here at the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 series, it's been our pleasure bringing you this great action on Ultimate Dirt TV. So from Brett Wheeler in the truck, Alex Robinson to my left, of course, my name is Jerry Van Sickle. We will see you back here next Thursday night, as it'll be stop number 2 from Limaland on the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Sprint Cars. So until then, have a safe trip home. Be good. God bless. And good night, everybody.